All right, welcome to The Explainer. So every company loves to talk about its culture, right? But what does it actually sound like? Is it this clear, unified signal, or is it kind of just static? Today, we're diving into a really cool idea, how to find your company's unique frequency and turn all that internal communication noise into something powerful.
Just for a second, think about your own workplace. You've got the endless emails, the constant chat pings, video calls, all this stuff flying at you all day long. Now be honest, in the middle of all that, is your company's culture, its real vibe, actually getting through? Or is it just getting drowned out?
And that really brings us to the heart of the problem. It's what we're calling the modern communication challenge.
I mean, think about it. Our workplaces are so spread out now. You've got people in the office, people at home, and then you have your absolutely essential frontline workers who are on totally different schedules, maybe even on the road. The real challenge isn't just sending out another memo. It's about getting everyone on the same page, feeling that same purpose, you know? How do you make sure the person on the factory floor is feeling just as connected as someone at headquarters? It's tough. So, what if we stop trying to shout over the noise? What if we just change the frequency altogether? This is where we get to this really interesting concept. The sound of your culture.
Just picture this. Imagine a radio station that's just for your company. It's not another mandatory meeting you have to click into or an urgent email you have to read. It's just there, an ambient stream of information and connection that anyone can tune into whenever and wherever they want. We're not just talking about broadcasting information. We're talking about creating this constant shared vibe of belonging.
And you know, this isn't just a theory. This idea is actually being put into practice, and it's called office radio.
So what is it exactly? It's not just another company podcast or corporate playlist. As you can see, it's a 24/7 station that's all about communication, recognition, and building that culture. The real game changer here is using the power of audio, the human voice, to connect with people on a level that, let's face it, text on a screen just can't compete with.
Okay, so what would you actually hear on something like this? Well, the magic is really in the mix. 1 minute, you could be hearing important HR updates or a talk from your CEO. And then, right after that, you hear a spotlight on one of your teammates and the awesome work they just did. You can have fun stuff like music breaks or interactive quizzes, but you can also share recordings of town halls for people who couldn't make it live. It lets you build this dynamic, living channel that feels a lot like a real radio station.
This all sounds fantastic, right? But the big question is, how would a company actually get something like this up and running? Well, the process is broken down into 4 pretty straightforward steps.
First, it all starts with setting up the platform so it looks and feels like your brand. Then comes the fun part, creating the content. This could be brand new stuff or even just repurposing things you already have, like turning a blog post into an audio segment. After that, you broadcast. It streams to any device, anywhere, and you can even have interactive bits like live polls or shoutouts. And finally, you close the loop with analytics to see what's working and what's not, so you can keep making it better. The whole thing is really a managed process.
But wait a second, I know what you're probably thinking, because it's the biggest hurdle in internal comms, right? What about the people who aren't sitting at a computer all day? How in the world do you reach your drivers, your retail staff, your warehouse teams?
And that is the whole point. A system like this is specifically designed to solve that exact problem. Because it's a mobile-first stream, it works on any device anywhere. It completely gets around the need for a corporate laptop. It meets every single employee right where they are on the device they already have in their pocket.
Okay, so we've covered the what and the how. But let's get to the most important question, the why. Why does giving your culture a voice actually matter so much? What's the real impact?
This quote it hits the nail on the head. This is about so much more than just pushing out information. It's about putting recognition on blast. I mean, imagine hearing your name or your team's project getting celebrated on a company-wide channel. You feel seen, you feel valued. And that feeling, that's what turns an employee who just stays into an employee who truly thrives.
So let's just put it side by side. The old way? Mass emails that, let's be real, mostly get ignored. You have disconnected, siloed teams. The new way? Engaging audio that people actually want to listen to. Instead of silos, you're creating a shared cultural experience. And maybe most importantly,
Communication stops being this one-way street from the top down. It becomes a platform where everyone's voice can be heard.
And when you nail that, something really amazing happens. When your employees are genuinely in the loop, engaged, and actually proud of where they work, they naturally become your best, most authentic brand ambassadors. That pride doesn't just stay inside the company. It's a result of a culture that feels strong and connected from the inside out.
Now, pulling something like this off isn't just a matter of flipping a switch. The sources are quick to point out that this idea is backed by some serious expertise. We're talking over 25 years of experience in the professional radio and audio industry. It's a good reminder that this isn't just a tech tool. It's really about applying the art and craft of broadcasting to the corporate world.
All right, so let's bring this all home and wrap up with one final thought to leave you with. It all comes down to this one question. What is your company's frequency? Is that signal coming through clear and strong, making people feel connected? Or is it mostly just static? This whole explainer really suggests that by finding that unique audio identity, you can build a culture that doesn't just talk at people, but creates something that everyone actually wants to tune into. It's a great question to think about.